Whoa, Nelly. Dump action. In my last video, folks, this was a few days ago, I talked about Bitcoin possibly coming down to the 25,330 horizontal line here. In my last video, I explained how I've marked this off. You can see where I've got the parallel channels. My advice would be just to do your own analysis. My last video, I'll link down in the description if you want to go back and look. I explained what I was doing here. This range back here about a year ago is what we've been stuck in now. That's where I got the yellow and the two white horizontal lines. To make this real quick, I said in my last video, I expected it to come down at some point and touch 25,330. Let's draw in a horizontal line on the bottom of that wick where it came just a few hours ago. Let's draw a horizontal line here on the bottom of this guy. Got the magnet on. That's the wick right there. 25,331 and 60 cents, folks. I missed it by $1.60. Huh? What do you think about that? That's worth a subscription. If you're not subscribed to my channel, whoops, I just erased the wrong line. I'll leave that green one there. That green one's supposed to, let's just make that the white one real quick. $1.60. I went through my last video. I said possible bounce points. I talked about this line here. Let's zoom in a little. This line here. Let's make that orange so you can see what's going on. Make this video short and quick. No edits so I can get it out quick. I got my magnet on. Turn the magnet off, guy. All right. This line here, I talked about it being a real wonderful support. And look at that. Look where it bounced. Not only did it bounce off the 25,330 horizontal line, marking the bottom of the previous range from a year ago, it also, folks, bounced off of that where those two intersected. It's amazing how this happens sometimes. Zoom in on this intersection here. This is what I'm talking about. Look at that. This should be pretty strong support. So in my last video, I marked off some buy. I had some buy orders. One filled at like 26,200. I think it moved it down to. I had another one set at 24,000. Like 800. I actually manually closed that one and I moved it up to like 25,500 or so. You can see my trade down here. I got in for 25,934. Now this is going to be an ongoing trade. I'm okay with going underwater. That was my plan. I do think it'll come lower. I don't know if it's going to come lower now or if it's going to wait for a while. This should be pretty strong support right here, right now. Now my question is it going to break below this white line? Other sites and other pairings. This is USD Bitcoin on Phoenix. The numbers might be a little different, but let's just call it the 25,000 area. If it breaks down below the 25,000 area, in my last video, I talked about possible bounce points below there. If you want to just go back and watch my last video, I don't want to explain it again and make this video any longer. It has to be. But there it is, folks. That should be good support. If it breaks below there, then it probably will have a hard time regaining 25,000 for maybe the rest of the summer. Barring some wonderful news event or social media hype. You can see when it broke down here last June, almost exactly 12 months ago is what I'm referring to. It broke down below 25,000 on June 13th, and you can see how strong of resistance that was until just recently on March 15th, 14th. It broke through it. I called a top here on this big wick on March 14th. That probably should have been a top wick, but there was a lot of like CZ on Binance and the bank failures story. Lots of HUD, hype, unknowing, and danger stories were coming out. Now I'm a Bitcoin bull, but we're not in the bull market. When I flip bullish, you'll know about it. I promise you that. We're still in a bear market. This was basically a hype. My question is you can see this from 31 to 25. This whole area here has come out. My question is this whole area here, is this going to come back out as well in the near future? I don't know. What I can say is if this breaks below 25,000 and starts closing daily candles down there, It's going to be real difficult for it to break back above 25,000. We could be looking at a ride down to 20. It's just speculation at this point, but you can see my parallel channel. It's very, very bearish while it's in the channel. At some point, I don't know when, at some point, you know, if it comes back up here, test the top of the channel, maybe, you know, maybe it does bust below 25,000, and, you know, and this say this channel's going down like this, right? This channel's here, right? And say it does get below 25,000, right? And at some point, this channel will be a $3,000 breakout at some point. I don't know when, but I just want to keep that on your radar. Go back, watch my last video, what I said in my last video. All right, have a good day. Later.